What are you doing, you weirdo?
Hey guys, we are a week out from peak week, and Coach gave me a little sneak preview on what we're going to be doing next week. Food's pretty much going to stay the same. There are some people that when they go into peak week, they get really crazy and try and deplete and then blast themselves with carbs the day or two before the show. We feel pretty ready and are confident with the physique I'm going to be bringing. We don't think that it's going to make much of a difference depleting and then filling me back out. So rather than risk making me look worse on stage, we're just going to go in with the package that we have today. As far as workouts go, we are going to taper off my workouts, do less cardio. The reason we're doing this is so that we see less inflammation in the muscles. So in that week, I'll probably drop in weight a little bit, even though I'm going to be eating the same foods. The reason for this is just because my muscles are probably going to be less inflamed. They'll be holding less water. Hopefully this makes me look a little bit crispier. And most of my workouts for the week are going to be lower intensity, pushing about 60% of what I would normally push for an exercise. So instead of maybe dumbbell pressing 60s, I would be doing like 35s or something like that. And it's not supposed to be hard, it's just so that I can get a pump. And then, so we'll be doing workouts Monday through Thursday for next week. And then Friday will be, I think we're not going to do anything that day. If anything, it would be just a small pump. And then we'll get our tan that day. And then Saturday will be show day. So before I get on stage that day, we'll use some bands or whatever they have there to try and pump up a little bit, because everyone knows that your muscles look a lot better right after a workout. So pump up a little bit, fill them with some blood, and then jump on stage and see how we look. And yeah, so that's gonna be pretty relaxed peak week. I know a lot of people, when they go into peak week, they're like, peak week. We like to keep it calm, relaxed, low stress, so yeah, that's about it. I think in the next clip I'm going to go into a little bit on show day, what the sort of format of the show is going to be, and sort of explain how that goes for anyone that's curious, or maybe if there's any first-timers out there that are watching this wanting to know what it's like going into an NANBF show. So yeah, all right, we'll see you in the next one.
All right, guys, here we are in the next one. And I'm looking at the format for the show next Saturday. And it looks like the show starts at 10 a.m. Usually they start with bodybuilding, and this is going to be the biggest guys. They go into fit body, which I'm not really sure what fit body is. It's probably a female class. If I had to guess, it's probably women's physique, which is the biggest class that they do for women in NANBF. Then they do men's classic physique, women's figure. They have a transformation category, which is kind of the biggest loser. Men's physique, which is me, and then they do women's bikini. And that all starts at 10 a.m. My class probably will come on sometime in the afternoon. For anyone that follows me on IG, I'll try and keep you guys updated on where we're at, and I'll try and make sure that I'm staying active and letting you guys know what's going on, but maybe I'll link my IG in the description. For each class that goes on stage, you start by going up and doing what's called your first impressions, and first impressions are generally 3 poses. What I do is a front pose, I transition to a back pose, and then I transition to a side pose. and that is scored, you are on stage alone, and then you do your 3 poses, and you are scored on that, and then you go off to the diagonal, which is still on stage. I don't think that they take you off stage. I'll just do whatever the expediter tells me to do. There's the expediter is a guy that just hangs out and tells everyone what to do. After your first impressions, you go into your mandatories and comparisons, and that's when they line everyone up on the stage, tell you to hit your front pose, tell you to turn, and they compare everyone in their side pose for men's physique. Tell everyone to turn, they compare you all in your back pose, side pose again, and then front pose again. And then they switch you around. They start having people crisscross. They say number 32 switch with number 65, and then you both switch positions, and that's just so that the judges can each get a good look at you from different angles. And then for NANBF, I know for NPC, generally the idea is if they put you in the middle, that means that they've got you picked for first place. For the NANBF and the other federation that I've done, OCB, they're both natural federations. The positioning on stage does not matter at all. They move you around literally just so that every judge can see you from a different angle. So if I'm in the middle to start with and they put me on the end, it doesn't necessarily mean that they think I have the worst physique, and vice versa. If I'm on the end and they put me in the middle, it doesn't mean that they think I have the best. It just means that they're comparing me to someone else, and the judges in those areas need to be able to get a better look at me. So after the comparisons, they send you off and go through the rest of the classes. And NANBF is a continuous format, which means that they don't do a large intermission. I know NPC does really long intermission, like 4 hours in between prejudging and finals. The NANBF and OCB don't. It's usually a pretty short intermission. And they'll go through the rest of the classes and then tally up their scores. And while they're tallying up their scores, you come back out and do your individual routines. And your individual routines are going to be different depending on the federation you're in. The NANBF does a stage walk where I'll put up the diagram for this particular show. They start you walk out on stage into the back, kind of where the curtain is. You do a pose. You walk up to, I guess it would be your right from the competitor, but it'll be everyone in the audience. It's the left side. You hit a pose there. You move to the middle and do a third pose, and then move to your left, the audience's right, and do your last pose. Now in the center, I'm planning on doing 2 poses. I'm going to do both of my most important mandatories, the front pose and the back pose, just so that I have something to compare against from my other shows. The rest of my poses are all going to be kind of fun ones. But the stage walk is not judged. At this point, they either will already have your scores tallied up, or they'll be in the process of it. And this is just to give competitors a chance to get pictures and show all their hard work, and have a little bit of fun. Now, after stage walks for all of the classes, that's when they go into finals. Depending on the federation you're doing, NPC will bring everyone out and then call out who gets 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and then everyone that's still left on the diagonals will just have to be awkward and then leave. OCB and NANBF I believe they call you from backstage on the positions you get. So no one's standing out on stage kind of awkwardly not getting a place. But all of this is like the expediter in the back who's like the usher and directs everyone. Yeah, the ushers will make sure you know where you're supposed to be going. And then after they hand out all of the awards, I don't really know what you just kind of leave, and that's it. You go get your pictures with your family, and you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet and truly test how much you can eat, and you go shower off your tan, and that's about it. But yeah, I will, like I said, I will try and keep you guys posted on things as they're happening. I know when I'm following someone's competitions, I'm always trying to time it and figure out when they're off stage and see if they're updating everyone. So as soon as I have any news, I will try and let you guys know. But yeah, that's about it for the format on show day. Starts at 10 a.m. That's what is that? Saturday, May 10th at 10 a.m. I'll probably go on sometime in the afternoon, but I don't really know what time exactly. I'm just gonna show up, and when they tell me to go on stage, I'll go on stage. So yeah, that's about it. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do on the next video. Probably will, if something comes up this week that I want to talk to you guys about, I will videotape it and share it with everyone. But yeah, so that's I think we're gonna call it there. So I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.